Hey, it's PJ Ignis for Archangel Self-Defense, and I want to teach you some things that you can teach your children about self-defense. Now, there are three key aspects that I like to talk about. The first is non-compliance, the second is communication, and the third is education. When I talk about non-compliance, there are security videos that you can find on the internet of adults coming up and grabbing a child by the wrist and just leading them off to a vehicle or outside the building or wherever they want to take them. There are videos where we see children not resisting at all. These children are scared, and they think they should be listening to the adult in some cases, I'm sure. But we need to teach them that it's okay not to listen to that adult and that it is okay to resist that adult. We've taught our children a lot of times that it's never okay to punch and kick and hit and bite. And it might be rare that it's okay to do that, but there are some times that it's okay, and our children need to know this, that if anyone were to try to take them or put them in a dangerous situation, that it's okay to hit, that it's okay to claw for the eyes, that it's okay to kick to the groin, that it's okay to hit them in the face, that it's okay to scream. The main thing they need to know is to scream. They need to get as much attention on that situation as possible. Remember, criminals like to work in anonymity. They like to work in the dark. So we want to get as much attention on them as possible. They're also looking for an easy target. So we want to teach our children not to be easy targets. And that means fighting back. There's a very, very slim chance that they'll ever overpower an adult, but we want to make it that they're such a hard target that that adult just moves on to something else. The second thing, communication, we need to teach our children in very plain language about the dangers that are around for children. Things like molestation and things like kidnapping. We don't want to freak our children out, but we just want to let them know things like, these are your bathing suit areas. These are your private areas, and no one should be touching you there. No one has a right to look at that area. No one should be asking you to see that area. And on those rare occasions where a doctor or someone needs to do that, then your parents will let you know that that's okay. Also, we need to know that, well, it's okay to teach our kids about stranger danger, and for years and years and years, kids have learned about stranger danger. It is way, way more likely that they will be kidnapped or molested by someone that they know. Someone they trust, maybe someone they love or respect. We need to teach them that even their favorite teacher or their favorite cousin has no right to be touching them in these places, has no reason to ever be putting them in their car, has no right to, ask them to see these places, has no right to cross certain boundaries that we need to let our children know about. The third thing, communication. We need to very clearly communicate with our child and let our child know that we will listen to them. And in a lot of cases, that they won't get in trouble for what they're telling us. You know, whether they were put in an unsafe situation by their friends or put in an unsafe situation by a relative. We need to know that, and they can communicate that to us, and they won't get in trouble. A lot of times victims internalize that it's their fault. We need to let them know that it's not their fault if something happens, but they need to communicate that to us. Your child should have a couple trusted adults. Maybe that is mom and dad, maybe that's a couple grandparents, but just a few trusted adults that they feel comfortable telling anything to, and that those adults are the ones that they can 100% trust. So if someone were to ever ask them, you know, to show them a body part that they shouldn't be, or to touch them in a way that they felt uncomfortable, then they need to tell those trusted adults. And if anyone were to ever ask them, hey, let's just keep this a secret from your parents. If anyone ever asked them, keep this a secret from those trusted adults. That's not a safe situation, and they need to get out of that, and they need to tell those adults. Those adults are there for their best interest, and they need to know that. They need to 100% keep those lines of communication open, and that is such a big deal in preventing this kind of stuff. They also need to know that things like changes in schedule, if I'm going to send someone else to pick you up from school, you're going to know that. I'm going to call the school, I'm going to ask them to tell you, or I'm going to make sure that I get to tell you myself. That way, you know, daddy's coworker is not coming to pick you up and you have no idea about it. If that situation ever were to happen, you need to tell another adult that you can trust, an adult that's around. I've heard the advice from other self-defense teachers, find someone who looks like a mommy. You know, find someone who has kids. They are much more likely to be trustworthy, and we can talk to them and they can handle the situation. But communication is key, and letting our children know who they can talk to is a very, very big deal. I want your children to be safe. I want you to be safe. Until next time, this is PJ Agnes from Archangel Self-Defense.